welcome back to STL TV Live. I'm Kim Hudson. Joining me in the studio to talk about the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation is the Executive Director of the Gateway Chapter, Christie Derbin.
Hi,
Welcome.
thank you for having me today.
Oh, no, it's no problem. Thank you so much for joining us here at STL TV. First, explain to some people who might not know, what is cystic fibrosis?
Cystic fibrosis is a genetic disease that people are born with. So there are 10 million people in this country alone who are symptomless carriers of the CF gene. And if they have a child with another carrier, that child has a 25% chance of being born with cystic fibrosis. And if you're born with it, what it really means is that your body doesn't channel water properly, so you end up producing all this thick, sticky mucus, and it clogs people's lungs, which leads to infections and breathing problems, oftentimes double lung transplants. And it also clogs the pancreas, and so people have trouble digesting their foods. They end up taking enzymes, and keeping weight on is a problem for people with cystic fibrosis. So it's a very serious disease.
That's very scary symptom set. What is the life expectancy of someone with cystic fibrosis?
Today, it's better than it used to be. Today, the median age is 37. So what that really means is people have a shot at making it to 37. Some exceed that, thank goodness, and some unfortunately don't make it to 37.
But because I do remember when I was younger, that there were kids who were not living past, 5 years old, and now you're saying that there are people living to at least 37 years old.
Right.
That's amazing.
Yeah, well, there have been great breakthroughs in science. So people have good drugs and treatments. There's a device called the vest that people wear. They actually put it on and it kind of rattles you and helps people cough up all that mucus. So it's better than it used to be. In 1955, when the foundation began, children with CF often, they didn't make it out of diapers. So, science really does work. Science can make a big difference in people's lives.
But science can also be very expensive. How does
Correct.
the foundation help out with those expenses?
Well, we raise money, and the money we raise goes to fund our research pipeline. We call it our therapeutics pipeline, and people can learn all about it on our website, which is cff.org. But I can tell you that we fund a number of research studies. In addition to providing advocacy, we have here in St. Louis, we have a local education program, and then there are also CF care centers at many major hospitals.
Tell me about those. Like, what can people expect? What can they experience when they get to those care centers?
Well, most people with CF, they want to get a CF care doctor because, again, it's a very serious disease. You take specialized medications, do breathing treatments, and so you actually need more than a doctor. You need a whole care team. So if you go to a care center, you can get access to the kind of care you need. You can see a nutritionist. You can even see a social worker to get you through the maze of how am I going to afford all these programs, and then there's, of course, the emotional impact for families.
Exactly. Tell me about the families, especially what siblings of someone with such a chronic illness, what might they be dealing with, and how do you help them?
Well, we don't really do programs for siblings per se, but we certainly offer families in general hope, and have made great advancements, in the lives of those with CF. But our focus is on helping people with CF. I can tell you the families, however, they love the foundation, and many get very, very involved. As you can imagine, if somebody you love has a disease like cystic fibrosis, you're going to do everything you can to help them. And so they want to get involved. They volunteer for the foundation. They might come out to one of the many events that we plan throughout the year, and we'll take parents, siblings. They make wonderful volunteers and event participants. Yeah, exactly.
Well, Christie Derbin, thank you so much. I want you to hang out with us for just a little bit. You guys don't go anywhere. We'll have more with Christie when we return. Remember to keep up with STL TV and all the great events going on around St. Louis. Again, friend us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And you can always watch us streaming live on stltv.net. We're back with more after this.